madness in my bones, crimson in my veins, talking Bama in the microphone. Look me up on YouTube, true cut straight from the stone. Ain't no selling their retails, I'm exposing what they want. Alabama football, yeah, I live it, yeah, I breathe it. From the streets to the bleachers, every angle, yeah, I see it. Film study so militant, I ain't guessing a thing. Break it down, every snap is like a coach of the team. Authenticity above all, that's where I stand. If you ain't a real fan, you'll fail with the fan. They tried to box me in, and I keep it dope off the frame. Turn the pressure into power, put my stamp on the game. Put me in the game, coach, in the game. Put me in the game, coach, Smook, that's what they saying. Put me in the game, coach, in the game. Put me in the game, coach, that's what they saying.
Players and the staff are pulling up right now for today's scrimmage. Coach David Ballou in the front. Y'all can see everybody pulling up, man. And boys over there, look at Deontay.
Hey, y'all, I'm walking out of Walmart. Hey, what's your name, bro?
Man, my name Michael McKinney, man. I'm a true Alabama fan, and this man does a good job on his podcast.
What's up, bro?
Reviewing Alabama football. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Appreciate that, bro.
Tide.
Roll Tide, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go. Welcome in. Okay, I see we got some new stuff going on. I see. Okay, StreamYard, I see what y'all got going. Okay, I love the updates. Welcome in, everybody. I hope you're tapped in live with the Coach Smook Network. If you're not tapped in live, stick around. I think we're going to have a little good conversation today. Just going to get caught up with everybody. We haven't been in studio in about 3 weeks, y'all. We haven't done a live show in studio. We're coming in to get some audio checks, get some new updates with StreamYard. It looks like we got some new features and things that can go on. So it's about to be a good time today. Hopefully y'all tap in live. We can get you in the conversation, get your comments on the screen. We do have the phone lines. We still have the voicemails. We actually going to tap into some and see if we got some topics that we can maybe discuss today. But I want to take a moment just to acknowledge everyone that's here live. We're actually going to, while we're here, before we do a roll call, let me go ahead and get us live on TikTok also. I think we need to go ahead and get back on TikTok too while we at it, right, Jordan? The graphic is in. I got it. Okay. I got it. Thank you, brothers. Hey, give it up for my team, man. We've been working hard to get set up for today. We really was going to try to push it a little early this morning, but now I wanted to give us time to just get set up back in. Coming back, man. Unexpected return, but man, by God, I'm so glad to be back. Y'all, safe travels. I'm telling you, man, the airlines is different, man. It's different traveling. If you all was watching or are close to the circle, you know what type of struggles every time we seem to travel, man. We always run into something. Just got to be something. So I'll be ready to just get home and sit down or get where I'm going. That's why I like to drive where I'm going. Let's go CFB talk live. All right, let's go. Let's see what kind of action we can get over here on TikTok, man. I like having our TikTok family over there, being able to tune in. And make sure y'all subscribe to the channel already. If y'all haven't already subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe. We want to continue to help ourselves reach the next milestone, which is our 5K followers. We could have been done it, but we've really been vibing. Appreciate y'all for tapping in once again. All right, let's see. We should be good over there on TikTok here in about 3 seconds. There we go. We're good on TikTok. Give it up for myself, the team. Hey, you know what? Shout out to my team for holding it together the whole time we were going. Let me make sure I stay close to the mic. I got to remember. We got to turn the monitor up. But shout out to my team, man. They, while I was going, they really ran the channel from, our junior producer / assistant, Amanda, posting the clips. If y'all saw any clips that was posted this past 2 weeks, it was all her doing the editing, the title, everything, getting it out. The views on it, well, I don't know what she did, but let me find out she done broke the code or found out how to get us in the algorithm, and I haven't. I'm gonna go. I know something. We gonna have to do a review of positions and get her on a payroll around this mug. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like for real, cause her shorts, the one she posted, and I know they not no hot takes. I know they not hot takes, and people responded to them. But y'all did a good job supporting. I appreciate y'all for keeping the channel active while we were, limited in our access to the live content and the access that we have, the interaction with it we have with y'all. So, and then also, man, shout out to Jordan. Y'all know Jordan doing the big thing in the back on the ones and twos, all the on screen editing, everything getting set up was Jordan, and even now, man, give it up for you, my boy, man. He's still doing his thing. And then, of course, Mary J, she keep it all together. She's the glue. She is the glue to the Coach Smook Network. She been doing this thing since, whatever you see, however it started, Mary J was there. We started it with one little crew, and they left your boy hanging, and then Mary J stepped in like it was nothing, and she's been the one that's the foundation of what the Coach Smook Network is. Her and Zach, man, have been there since day zero. So give it up for my team, my staff, and everybody else. Big homie, Thad, Sully been in full range dad mode. Nay, her business taking off with the catering and getting booked, and got Britt stepping up, making sure I stay locked in on the schedule. Man, we got a full team. So I'm excited. I'm just grateful to be a part of something that's growing. So let's get into it today, man. I just want to acknowledge everybody. Thank y'all for tapping in again. Once again, TikTok, I see y'all tapping in, and then also over here on YouTube, I see you. Facebook, we're live, and Twitter. I think Twitter got us live. Yeah, we got Twitter live. So y'all make sure y'all share it out. Get out there and show some love. Khalil, what's good? I see you in the chat. Y'all give it up for my boy Khalil, man, being in there. And then, of course, my boy Zach. Zach, I see you, Roll Tide. I see you, Zach. Yeah. Jordan and Mary J checking in. Hey, y'all, and I know, listen, this is a random time for me to go live, but we really trying to go live just to make sure that everything is smooth, because we may possibly be able to do an evening show tonight. I have some recruiting things that I was going to tap into right now, but I don't want to do it because it's very premature. And Jordan even saw me back screen. I finally got into my DMs on TikTok. On Twitter, and I'm just reading over some stuff that just came in like the past 2 days, and we got a lot to talk about. What's up, family? Good to see you in the chat, my brother. Roll Tide, good to see you. Thank you for tapping in. And so I'm gonna wait till the evening show because I have a few people that I want to bring on. The information that's being passed, they deserve it. Their voices deserve to be heard. You've seen us interact with some of these people that cover recruiting in the past. But Alabama is making a solid push to just solidify this class. And I had a thought probably back in early April, when I said I didn't think this class was going to be one of the flashier classes as far as the star ratings. But when you go and turn on the film, a lot of these 3 stars and 4 stars that Alabama is going to be able to pull in, I think that these guys are going to be 2nd and 3rd year studs. Like, you don't miss a beat. And, there's always been this narrative against veteran presence on these rosters when you see these transitions in college football. And I think this is the class that kind of does what the 2011 class did for Coach Saban, right? You remember the old 09, the 2010 class they came in. They were kind of ahead of the learning curve. They were the studs. They put us right in the mix for national championship contention. And then you saw the 11 class kind of carry us from 2011 to 2012 to 2015. And then that's what we kind of took to be what the Saban style of play, the style of Bama football that we came to love while Coach Saban was the head coach. And then so I kind of look at it now and I see Kalen DeBoer. Everybody kind of tries to keep comparing Kalen DeBoer to what Coach Saban did, but in a sense, I feel like Kalen DeBoer is another version of what Coach Saban is. He's coming in, he's grabbing the reins, and he's kind of just taking his time and trusting the process, because if you look at what he was developed in the past, we can argue that he's done more with less. And we kind of see that happening in the recruiting. I don't want to say that in the sense of like we're getting less talent, but as far as chasing those numbers, you remember Coach Saban's thing was 5-star, 4-star, 5-star, 4-star. Well, I see Kalen DeBoer bringing on 3 stars and 4 stars that look like 5 stars and produce like 5 stars. And I see the 5 stars that he's getting coming and being ready. So I'm looking at this staff and their ability to continue to recruit at a high level. And that's what's keeping this Alabama roster afloat. I think that's what's going to keep them in contention as far as one of the elite programs in college football. What's up, JRM? I see you over there on TikTok, man. Give it up for my JRM over there. Appreciate y'all tapping it. Make sure y'all tap that screen, man, and y'all continue to share the live stream. So there's some topics to think of when you come talking about Alabama football. Just the overall roster, quality of roster that you're seeing as far as recruiting. We're going to dive deep into that conversation tonight. And like I said, I discussed some particulars about a few recruits. There's a inside linebacker that I think Alabama is probably inching away at. I heard flip type energy when they was talking about this inside linebacker. And this is not a class that I think they're going to target at any top end inside linebackers that are looking for early play, because I think that's where Alabama is getting solidified right now with Luke Metz, Abdullah Sanders Jr., QB Reese. And I'm talking about guys like Kalen DeBoer and his staff, Chuck Morrell. They all had a part in recruiting. Kane Womack, and you see the type of skill set they're recruiting and that they were able to land last year with Hall and Griffin. Griffin being a hybrid type linebacker that you can really place on the edge, you can put him in the inside. Zay Hall, I see him being that prototypical inside linebacker that can really track and play lateral up, fill gaps, cover down second and third level. So you look at the prototype that they're kind of recruiting, the A-type inside linebacker that they're recruiting. I think you're going to see more of those guys start to come in. And there's a certain inside linebacker that's out in state and in the state of Alabama that I think Alabama is starting to kind of pull back in. He's currently a Tennessee commit, and I think Alabama has a great chance. I don't know if he's a hard commit at Tennessee. I think they're crystal balling him Tennessee, but I think Alabama has a good chance of flipping him as they continue to express interest. And this is another 3-star guy that committed early once he got the Power 4 offers, and as he should. It's amazing what a few camp sightings can do for your prospective, your recruiting prospective profile. Talk about the kids using the script A to get a bag from another school, bro. That's what Bama was saying. Listen, man, I tell you what, it's one thing to say that kids are using the script A, but people are going to, anytime Bama is offers, their stock is going to rise regardless. So they don't necessarily have to commit to Bama or even announce that Bama offered. It's going to be public record. It's going to be things put out there that Alabama offered this kid. As soon as that happens, your stock rises. So I don't necessarily get into the back and forth about kids using Alabama to get more offers. They were going to get offers. If Bama offer you, you're probably going to get any other offer you want. I think that's just the gist of it. What's that got to say? Looking back when the drop passes became an issue in the national championship game in 2021, when J-Mo went down with his ACL tear, and now we have an opportunity to be as dominant as we were before NEIL. Looking back, when the drop passes became an issue in the national championship game in 2021, let's stop there. You jumped all over the place for a second, Zach. When J-Mo went down with his ACL tear, and now we have an opportunity to be as dominant as we were before NEIL. I'm missing it. I'm missing the context on offense and defense. Okay. I'm missing the context. I think we jumped to another topic and I didn't catch it. But looking at the inside linebacker room, well, the linebacker room at Alabama, we were just talking about it. Alabama picking up some targets. We were kind of doing breakdowns of what this roster, the talent and everything that it's starting to kind of show itself, right? The closer we get to the fall camp. I want to talk about a few names that I think will end up being impact players out of this linebacker room. And I'm talking, a lot of people don't want to give too much hype because of so many new faces having to show up. I know we have Yanzi Pierre coming back. I know we have Justin Hill coming back. But there are some names that got some spot play last year. Go look back at the not ULM. It was ULM second week. Go look back at the Wisconsin game. Go look back at the Auburn game on some of those those hurry up situations, and look who's playing at the inside linebacker. Look who's playing in some edge rushing spots. And we haven't heard much about Justin Hill in the offseason. A lot of people wondering, like, what's he doing? I see the growth. I see him garnering a lot of attention. And if you want to see a young man that's on fire, that's ready to get to it, Justin Hill, I think, is going to end up popping real early. With so much attention being dialed towards Yanzi Pierre, I think John Latham is going to play a good bit of more of bandit than more of the wolf edge presence. I think he's going to get more of that bandit responsibility as he kind of deepens the rotation. But I'm telling y'all right now, Justin Hill to me is what when we had Sanders, Will Sanders, right? When we had Will Anderson and Dallas Turner. It was kind of like we knew Dallas Turner was going to be that, but Will Anderson was already that dude. We were kind of just. But if y'all remember, the coming out of Dallas Turner was that year when Anderson was getting double, triple team. All the attention was on him, man. You saw Anderson and Braswell, and who was the other linebacker that was in that group? It was 4 of them: Q-Rob, Braswell, Turner, and Anderson. All those guys in that edge room, being able to put those type of pass rushing assets on the edge. I think that's what you're getting with Justin Hill and this group of linebackers, being that, and I look at even the inside linebacker room. You look at Luke Metz, Abdul Sanders Jr. All of those guys have a lot of experience playing off the edge at the high school level. They play in the second level in coverage. They fill from the inside linebacker spots. So Mike used to play calls, diagnosing plays, putting guys in the right position. These guys have all those aspects. So it gives you flexibility to float these guys at different spots across that line of scrimmage and give you more pass rush assets. What's up, folk guy? Good to see you in the chat, man. Roll Tide. Roll Tide. Good to see you, man. We're just trying to get a live in, man. Get some sound checks and stuff. Checking in on TikTok, too, man. Big homie, what's good? I see you over there. Give it up for the TikTok family. I can see the tap the screen. But, yeah, so I'm really excited about Justin Hill. And then the inside linebacker room, I wonder how deep in depth we will go. I know Kane Womack likes to get with that 2 to 3 man rotation and stick with it, but I think you got a lot of talent here that you could utilize. There's a lot of assets to keep guys fresh. I think with Caleb Woodson being new to the system, I think you could take your time with getting all of these guys some meaningful reps in the first 2 to 3 weeks. You got to think, I think week 3 we have a conference play against Kentucky, if I'm not mistaken. That's a conference opener against Kentucky. So you want to get guys some meaningful experience and give them an opportunity to be evaluated when you got this type of talent. What's good, MJ? Good to see you in the chat, brother. Good to see you, man. Y'all give it up. So let me see. What was Zach saying? Basically, what I was saying, that when the drops came a problem, and now with talent we have and fix it and return to the national championship conversation with the team we have and staff. Okay, I get it. I get it now. Okay. I was like, whoa, where do we go? But yeah, so we're looking at it now. Like I said, inside linebacker room. I talked about Justin Hill coming off the edge. I think he's going to be the one to pop for us out of that wolf room. I look at the inside linebacker room. I want to see. I think Luke Metz is going to be firm right there in the rotation. QB Reese, Abdul Sanders Jr. Which one emerges? Because they give you similar skill sets. They both bring the type of inside linebacker presence that you want, with the physicality, especially the type of tackling that they bring, the open field tackling that they bring. All to me, I think this is going to be one of the more active inside linebacker groups that we've seen as a collective. When you're talking about being able to track open field tackling, we saw Justin Jefferson, Kyle Green, and Deontay Lawson really come together around the midpoint of the season when they started showcasing the level of inside linebacker play you want in this style of defense, right? Still never got to the point where you trusted them, making their right reads or keys with routes out the backfield, or, anticipating which gap to fill on inside zone type run play. So you want to see that whole group develop and kind of move to the next level. And you got to experience personnel in Caleb Woodson, somebody that's seen a lot of time on the field. Physically, I don't think he brings the presence that you want, but a sure tackler in the open field, somebody that wraps up well. Probably not going to lay the wood like you see QB Reese or Abdul Sanders Jr. or Luke Metz. Luke Metz, I mean, he surprised me even in A-Day, y'all. If y'all look at a lot of the contact, a lot of pop that was coming out of their room, those two guys, QB and Luke, were really the guys putting the hat on the hat. But I want to see how deep we go, because if Womack and Chuck Morrell, if they could trust, 4 inside linebackers to continue to get guys, their defensive linemen in position, get the right checks in, be in the right spots on run fits, that makes the defense even better, because now you get into situations where you can even get specialized. I think of guys like Luke Metz that's great in coverage, right? Especially in short field situations. If you can get a Luke Metz and a QB Reese on the field at the same time in red zone, right? You don't worry about run fits being gone. You don't worry about the physicality, being able to track a quarterback with a spy assignment, because both of those guys allow us speed, probably the best in the room, right? Or even Abdul Sanders Jr. I tell everybody he's more of the Rolando McClain type linebacker that we're used to seeing. When it comes to just full body of work, I think Abdul Sanders has the highest ceiling of the current group. Him and Zay Griffin, right there at the top. Him and Zay Griffin. And then I even think about Zay Hall, man, because you could play Griffin and Hall in so many. Yeah, I could go on all day about this inside linebacker room. But when you think about the talent there, how deep do we go with the depth of rotation with this year's defense? I think we got a lot of options there. You got plenty of talent. You got experience that you're trying to get early answers for early in the season. And I think that's how you do it. You just kind of the first 3 weeks just roll these guys, give them meaningful workload, get them meaningful workload, and see how it develops. Now we know Kane Womack traditionally has gone with the veteran presence, and right now you don't have that. So it's going to be interesting to see how this develops here coming into fall camp and the rotation. Now, another hot topic. We want to get into it. We love to talk about this quarterback battle. And I want to give y'all some Smook scoop on some things that I've been able to talk about over the past month and a half. And it's becoming clearer and clearer by the day between conversations. And this is just off-season workout talk, interactions with, different pieces of personnel around the program. And so let me take a sip. Good. Okay, we're good. Just some conversation around the quarterback battle, y'all. Now, I had my take, right? I said that September 5th, I believe that Keelan Russell will be the starting quarterback for the University of Alabama. I stand by that. If I was the coach, if I could put the starter quarterback out there for the University of Alabama, September 5th against Eastern Carolina at noon, kickoff in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, it would be Keelan Russell. After A-Day, after what I saw at the second scrimmage, and this is no slight at none of the quarterbacks, because this is probably one of the more talented quarterback rooms we've seen at Alabama since the whole collective of Lonergan, Holston, Simpson, Milroe. Was Bryce there when we had all that? I think so. And Lonergan and Holston, they were freshmen. That group was so talented with skill sets. You saw the developmental spaces for all of them, but you felt confident about any one of those guys leading Alabama coming into that season after Bryce left. We had great quarterback battle. I think we have that type of skill set and that type of extensive opportunities for growth in the quarterback room. But I'm gonna tell you right now, man, if I'm Kalen DeBoer and I'm looking at the optics of this, right? I have a red shirt junior who's been in my program, in my system for 4 years, has been attached with me and was one of my first QB recruits, right? One of my first was on the Power 4 level. Let's kind of highlight that on the Power 4 level, because he was at Fresno State, but then Washington, you kind of put them in the Power 4 conference at the time, Power 5. So Austin Mack was his first big-time recruit, and we got to remember Austin Mack reclassified himself to graduate early come to college early. And so Austin has been in this system. And that leadership type of presence that you saw him bring in the spring game, that type of sense of ownership over the offense that you saw, that comes with 4 years of hearing certain things over and over. Now the language has kind of shifted since the transition from Washington to Alabama. We're not going to sit here and act like Austin Mack has had some great advantage in the playbook, because there are certain things I believe that every quarterback is learning as they continue to advance this playbook and mold it to what they're developing at the University of Alabama with this staff. So I look at it and I look at where Austin Mack his spring game did not look bad. I hope nobody took anything away from our reports on the spring game and even how we shared the clips and everything as Austin Mack having a bad spring game. No, they both had good springs, full spring workouts. I think at the end of it, yes, Keelan Russell, the A-Day performance definitely gave him a little lead and gave everybody a little bit more confidence in seeing the young redshirt freshman get an opportunity to start. Coming to this fall camp, and I think there will still be and this is my scoop. I think when the roster comes out, the depth chart is going to say QB1 Austin Mack or Keelan Russell. That's just what I believe. I think first week 1, it will be Austin Mack or Keelan Russell. And I think Austin Mack will take the first snaps against Eastern Carolina. I think he'll take the first team snaps, but I do believe there will be a strategic splitting of reps at some point in this game, no matter the situation, whether Alabama is up by 24 or we're in a tight game and it's, or Alabama's down by 7. I think there will be a strategic amount of situational things where both quarterbacks will get a lot of time in the first 2 weeks. Right? You got Eastern Carolina, Florida State, then Kentucky, I believe, or is it Eastern Carolina, Kentucky, then Florida State? Whichever order it goes in, both quarterbacks will get an opportunity to be thrown into the fire. And I personally believe, because of the situation and how we've seen a veteran presence get kind of like the lead way in these situations, I personally believe Austin Mack will get the home start against Eastern Carolina. Everything's comfortable for you. This is your chance to really just solidify being the veteran presence and being able to be the starter. And at the same time, you're going to get to see Keelan play in that same scenario with probably the second half, right? But then you got to go to the week against Florida State. And I'm going to pull the schedule up real quick. Do we have our graphic of us with the schedule, Florida? Let me know real quick in the chat. My issue with Austin is his footwork and his lack of ability to throw players open. You know what? I do agree with the footwork. Now, throwing players open. I've seen Austin Mack make some off-platform type throws, right? And they be very accurate and throw guys open. I feel like when it's time for him to be a playmaker with his feet in live action, I think we'll see a little bit more of what his ability is. Because I think even in the Indiana game, he kind of tried to showcase it. At that point, though, we know Indiana kind of just had a mental edge on the game as far as how prepared they would. Let me pull this graphic real quick. I think I do have one, Jordan, that I made, but I just never posted. But until then, we can get the schedule here. I'll pull it up. Hey, shout out to Seafood Beats, Doula Gang, the fam, man, with these fire beats, man. These fire beats that y'all hear in the background, they keep us fitted with the best, man. If y'all need beats, man, make sure y'all check them out on TikTok. Dula Martez, man, and my brother Show Me. Y'all make sure y'all go check them out, man. The repetition, all the beats you hear, man. We vibey. So yeah, like I said, we got conference play in week 2. So this is going to be. I truly believe the quarterback battle goes into conference play. Your starter against Georgia will be the one for the rest of the season. That's just me. And one of the quarterbacks have to really stink it up in the first 2 weeks to get it for it to be decided. I do believe the staff truly believes they have a or B situation, right? I believe, though, if you ask me, I think your answer is Keelan right now. But you can't discredit Mac. You can't not give him an opportunity to go out there. I think he's just as talented. You just, and I'm not going to say limiting your capabilities with the offense. You just haven't unlocked that fourth or fifth door that you want to see unlocked with this offense. Right? I think with Keelan Russell, you can tap on those doors. You can really open those doors if you start him week 1. If you start him week 2, you start him from the beginning of the season, and him knowing that he's the starter, and you're going to open each door every week. And I think this offense will see the numbers that we saw with Mac Jones in that offense and Tua in that 2017, 2018 type of time frame. I think we have a more talented quarterback room, the most talented quarterback room we've seen since that run of quarterbacks. Like, as far as a collective group, all 4 of these guys, I believe, will be first-round type guys. Mac, Russell, Tamala, Kawhi, they're all first-round talents. All 4 of them. So I look at it: Eastern Carolina, Kentucky, and Florida State. I feel like that Florida State game at home is going to be Keelan's opportunity to start, especially if he handles at Kentucky on the road. And I'm telling you, let's play a what if game. Y'all want to play a what if game real quick, chat? Let's play what if. What if, and I'm gonna share this real quick so y'all can see. What if Mac starts week 1, Russell starts week 2, and then they decide who the starter is week 3 against Florida State, and that's the game that kind of decides it. Wouldn't that kind of make sense? Would it? I think so. So, like I said, that noon kickoff against Eastern Carolina, that's one that we expect Mac to start. I think he deserves that one. That's a season opener. You've been there. You were here during the transition, all that good stuff. I think he deserves that start. And then that's just an opportunity for him to kind of set himself up to be in the league for the position. You want to give the veteran guy the opportunity. I just think Keelan Russell brings such a presence, man. He brings an aura about him. Hey, shout out to everybody tapping in on YouTube, man. I see y'all tapping in. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Appreciate y'all continuing to hit the like button. Let me make sure we got this set up too. That's how you know we ain't been here in a minute. I forgot to do the setup. Okay, we here. We're live. Good. All right, chat. Appreciate y'all for tapping in over there on YouTube. We got 8 likes on the stream. Continue to run the likes up. Hey, don't forget super chats are there. We got super chats available. Make sure you hype up this live. If you're watching on mobile, hype up the live. All right, so let's play the what if game. Eastern Carolina. We got Mac, Kentucky. We got Russell. Right, we're 2-0. You have a offensive explosion in both the second and the first half of each game. Let's say the Kentucky game, Mac gets in and the lead is 21-10, Alabama, 21-10. And Mac gets in that Kentucky game and he kind of takes the game and it goes 42 to 14 or 42-13. That's the end of the game score. Then you start Mac because of that surge that he brought the offense in the second half. The surge that Keelan started in the first half, Mac is able to finish it. You get him that Florida State game at home, and now you see Florida State kind of start off in a with some momentum, giving us some problems. How long do you think that type of environment in that game? How long do you think the staff will go with before they make a quarterback switch? How long? We're in a tight week 3 game against Florida State. Both quarterbacks have shown out in both week 1 and week 2 with their given their desired their splits as far as the amount of reps they got in live game action. And now Florida State, we got some adversity. How long do we allow the quarterback to struggle in that game? Kalen DeBoer can't afford a 3-loss season again and it be just talked over again. Not with this schedule. Not with this schedule. And I'm gonna be honest. We're looking at a favorable schedule for the first time in a long time at Alabama. Because you handle Florida State at home, you get South Carolina at home, a team that I think is going to be sneaky good. You get what I'm saying? Mississippi State, you got to go across the road to Starkville, right? Got to go up the road to Starkville. You get to host Georgia at home in October. We don't even have Georgia in September this year. So we're deep into conference play by the time Georgia game. And if we're still having a competition after the Florida State game, now we have questions. They said no way QB reaches 6'3". Why not? QB look like he about 6'1". You right. He look like he about 6'1", 6'2". He look like he about 6'1". I know he looked a lot stockier this season, this spring when we went down there to watch the spring game. He looked a lot stockier. Both him and AJ both look like some of them old school linebackers. Low key, I think they gave him the half unless we're experiencing gave him the half unless we experienced the adversity on the other side and getting our score. Yeah, you got to think because they want to see what guys are made of. They want to see what guys are made of in those moments. Can you trust them to kind of work through some things? But is this the season for that? Is this a season for that? After what we've seen because the quarterback position is the only question we've had the last 2 years under Kalen DeBoer. At the end of the season, at the beginning of the season, it's been a question, and at the end of the season, it's been a question. So we got to think. We got to think how long does he want to continue to have that question? This is the part of the schedule that I think we're really going to make our money. Having A&M and Georgia at home is huge. That Tennessee game is going to be a crazy game. I wonder if that was going to be a night game. I think Tennessee's going to surprise a lot of teams this year. 8-win team for Tennessee. I think they win 8 or 9. They're going to be very young. Quarterback situation is going to kind of be fuzzy for them. They're going to look good early. People going to figure it out. Offensive line got a few questions. Young, right? Going to get it together, I think. LSU, that's going to be a crazy game. We know that one's going to probably be a night game. They got it labeled as flex. They know there's going to be a night game. Then I'm going to be going to Nashville for this Vandy game, y'all. I'm going to Nashville this year for the Vandy game. So November 14th, y'all make y'all plans. We're going to travel to Nashville. In Chattanooga, and then we host the Iron Bowl this year. I think our Iron Bowl should be 3 o'clock this year. I'm trying to eat some more. Is Tennessee a must-win this year? We haven't won a Neyland since 2020. Ooh, hot topic, hot question, Jordan. That's a good one. Let's put that in the polls, man. Can we get a poll out there? Let me see it. Let me put a poll out there. Is Tennessee a must-win, chat? We haven't won in Tennessee. We haven't won in Neyland since 2020. Is that true? Jalen Merrill lost in Neyland? Or did they beat us at home? I thought Merrill won in 2020. I mean, not 2020. Didn't Merrill win it in that was the year they beat us. No, hold on, because the year they had old boy, that's 2024. They did beat us with Nico. They beat us with Nico. Nico, I'm leaving you. Nico, I'm leaving you. Jesus. So that was Ryan's first freshman year. Yeah. Y'all, that's crazy. Ryan Williams in his 3rd year of college football already. So what happened in 2023? What was that at home? No, that was in Neyland. Dang. So we beat them last year. Because that was pick 6 with ZB. I think we need to look at every game as a must on the road. In fact, we have to win we have to get back to establishing some presence on the road too. But surprisingly, Kayla, the boys' road record is pretty solid since at Alabama. I think Oklahoma is one. We lost on the road in regular season. Nashville, Tennessee. So Vandy, Tennessee. Who else have we lost to on the road? Florida State. So four losses in the past 2 years on the road. And the boys doing. Hey, we got a lot of conversations we got tonight, y'all. Is Tennessee a must win? Yeah, we gotta take back the state of Tennessee. Gotta take back the state of Florida. We still own Georgia. Let's not forget. But y'all, I just want to take a break, man. We're going to take a break and just kind of see what this stream looks like. What's up, Antonio? Appreciate the gifts over there on TikTok, man. Give it up for Antonio. We're gonna end this live. We're gonna edit it up and see how all the clips look, the video track and everything. And we'll be back live tonight, man. Let's say 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, if that's good with my team. Between 7:30 and 8 p.m. we'll be live again. We'll do an hour and a half show. I got a 10 o'clock training session. If you all are looking for a personal trainer in the Montgomery area, or you looking for some e-coaching, hit your boy up. We back. We launching. We've launched fully. You got all the products and everything that you need, everything that you want, the coaching sessions, everything you need, man. We certified over here. Tap in with your boy, Coach Smook. But outside of that, we appreciate y'all for tapping in here on the Coach Smook Network. Once again, if you haven't already, make sure you hit a like button here on the YouTube side. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. And make sure you share the video. I don't care if you're watching the post live. We didn't do anything crazy today, but we're going to have some good conversation now. Y'all pull up around 7:30, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll be live on here. We want to give a shout out to our sponsors here on the Coach Smook Network. Starting off with our brother, Frederick Harris and Farmers Insurance. Our freaking sponsors, man. They've been doing the things, promoting the Coach Smook Network, showing us so much love, man. We're so blessed to be partnered with this team, man, and doing what they do. I appreciate Fred, man. We had a good conversation this past weekend. He's one of those brothers, not just a sponsor, but this is a brother that really supports the brand and supports the network. And we can't thank you enough. And also, our brothers over at A1 Barbering here in Montgomery, Alabama, man. Shout out to A1 Barbering and Kelsey Shepard and the squad, man. We appreciate them for doing what they do to help. I said A1 First Place Barbering in Montgomery, Alabama, man. We appreciate them for what they do in supporting the Coach Smook Network. Y'all gonna start hearing their voices back on the show, and they're gonna be live, man. I'm telling y'all, we got Cutting Up with Coach Smook. Gonna be dropping that in early August. We getting together a team of guys to get y'all some content together, and I think y'all are gonna enjoy that. And then also, we just want to shout out Goomba Bullies, man, for providing us with our family pets, man. You talking about XL bullies, all the type of bully breeds that you want, the working breeds that you want. They family dogs, man. They beautiful dogs there. If y'all love what y'all see in Boss, that's a product of Goomba Bullies. And then our big sponsor, Walk On Sports Bistro. We thank y'all for continuing to support us. We got some soccer going on, World Cup soccer. I'm going to be doing some reaction stuff on the reaction channel. Make sure you're following all of the channels on YouTube. Coach Smook Reacts, Coach Smook Network, and Coach Smook Gaming, all on YouTube. Make sure you're following all the TikTok channels, the Coach Smook React, Coach Smook Network, and the Coach Smook on YouTube. On TikTok and then everywhere else. At Coach Smook on everything. That's where we at, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. And remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me and say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Roll Tide!
Break it down, every snap is like a coach in the team. Authenticity above all. that's where I stand. If you ain't a real fan, you'll fail with the fan. They tried to box me in, and I kicked the dough off the frame. Turn the pressure into power, put my stamp on the game. Put me in the game, coach, in the game. Put me in the game, coach, Smook, that's what they saying. Put me in the game, coach, in the game. Put me in the game, coach, that's what they saying.
Players and the staff are pulling up right now for today's scrimmage. Coach David Ballou in the front. Y'all can see everybody pulling up, man. And boys over there, look at Deontay.
Hey, I'm walking out of Walmart. Check, what's your name, bro?
Man, my name Michael McKinney, man. I'm a true Alabama fan, and this man does a good job on his podcast.
What's up, bro?
Reviewing Alabama football. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Appreciate that, bro. Roll Tide.